How's it going, ladies and gents? So welcome to our League of Legends Top 5 plays, where we rank some of the best plays submitted to us by your average everyday players. If you think you have something special, we accept almost any type of replay format, so head over to PotatoMonster.com/upload to submit. With that being said, we have a bunch of awesome plays to get through, so let's get right into our first one from Nigerian Sloth on Yasuo. We see him headed to a fight breaking out near Dragon when Aatrox Q's in, but Yasuo throws out a great wind wall to stop almost all of Swain's damage. After charging his Q and flashing over the binding, he turns, going back in off the double knockup for the quick kill, but he's unsure of the 1v1 now, so he keeps his cool and backs off. He thinks about it for a while before deciding to quickly shove in mid and recall, but Gragas wants to fight, so he swings back around for the gank. Yasuo gets his Q readied up and moves in, using the creeps igniting and CCing Gragas at the same time he gets body slammed, killing him just in time before moving on to Ashe with a fantastic wind wall to pick up his third kill, all thanks to some really well calculated scrapping. Shumpoing her way into 4th place for this week is dasjn on Katarina with an amazing teamfight play in a ranked 5s game. Red team is down about 12,000 gold with the enemy team at 4 dragons while they have 0, so it's safe to say this game looks just about done. Right when it looks like she might go in, she gets kicked away and exhausted, so with those out of the way, she knows her timing will come soon. She flashes over the wall, dodging the charm while going ham with her ult into a Zhonya's to negate some damage. Volley comes in from the Ashe at the same time she dances around with her resets to clean up the remaining 4 enemies for the insanely clutch pentakill. I absolutely love this play because in order to play Katarina, you need to know when's the right time to go in, and dasjn was so patient on top of flashing over the wall from the fog of war, which must have been a big shock. Make no mistake, with a 12,000 gold deficit, this doesn't happen without skill, and this cat team fought extremely well. Our next play comes from a high diamond level game with FMIF, well played Katare on Vlad. He's headed to a team fight breaking out in the bot lane, but instead of looping back to join his team, he looks for a better angle. Out of nowhere, he flashes over and drops his ult, EQ igniting to AoE burst, and then he pulls to slow their back line. The enemy team try to CC him, but he cleanses and continues to use his spell rotation to keep himself alive while AoEing them down for the pentakill. Because of this insane flank on the back line, blue team are able to take the inhib, but for now I want to see that again before moving on to our number 2 spot. Coming in 2nd place, we have TarlacU on Thresh with a godly solo support play. At the start, we see everyone's dead on his team as the enemy team look to make it an ace by diving the lonely Thresh, but a hook and flash keeps him alive. Shinzao dives a little more before heading out into the jungle, but Thresh predicts his movements and throws out a blind Q, grabbing a kill in the fog of war. The enemy team returns to the tower, but Tarlac is confident he won't die, hooking Akali to stop DPS on the tower, which nearly kills Nasus. Akali is typing right now or waiting for the creep wave, but Thresh taunts her with another hook and gets close enough to bait the dive. He flays her back, so she decides to retreat, but he shoots out an impossible hook to land just past the minion to keep Akali in tower range for a 2nd kill. Xerath immediately tries to snipe him out with the ult, but can't connect any of the charges as Thresh moves in, hitting a 6th hook in a row on Xerath from near max range into a flay for a kill delivered right to Evelynn. With his entire team respawning and 3 enemies freshly killed by Thresh, blue team has a power play moment which snowballs into a Nasher. And for our number 1 pro play for this week, we have Dhokla and Riven at the very high end of Diamond, as you'll see some familiar players. This game is super close in terms of gold and tower, so red team Sivir ults to stop Baron. The enemy team turns on Odd One as red team try to deal with Lee Sin, who's flanking, and sadly the general goes down. At the same time, Riven gets kicked forward, but she quickly gets out. They're left in this awkward 4v5, but they disengage for now, Gosu spell shielding the Wither to escape. Kennen goes in with his ult, but he gets blown away, so the re-engage isn't looking so hot until he flashes back in and pops Zhonya's. Everyone's all over the place, and then Kennen dies, but Riven ramps up her Q so she has the knock-up ready, positioning perfectly with an EQ to just barely clip Ziggs in vain into a stun and ult for the double on both hyper carries. She dives onto Janna, animation canceling for maximum DPS, but Janna flashes away, and here comes Nasus. After getting Janna, she turns onto the dog, but when Shyvana shows up, he leaves to regroup with Lee Sin as their base is falling apart. With her 3rd Q ready, she jumps over the wall, collapsing with Shyvana to take down Lee Sin, followed by Nasus for the ace and stolen pentakill. Despite their base in absolute shambles from the minions, we're gonna fast forward this game a good chunk into the future as red team actually take the win after that crucial team fight. And for a bonus clip of the week, we have a bit of a fail play submitted by Wacko211 on Rammus, who swags out after several close calls. He trots away after losing some teammates and he's really low in health and mana when Jarvan lands the EQ and he falls even lower. He runs to the brush to break line of sight, but J4 sticks right on him as he makes a break for it, juking the Q from Jarvan before entering the brush. He runs out and smites the crab just as Twisted Advance roots him down, but then the enemy team fails completely, allowing Rammus to somehow pick up speed with his Q and peace out to safety. The enemy team continue the chase and things get even closer when Rammus tries to recall, but as the rest of this plays on, I wanted to wrap up the video. First off, I wanted to thank everyone for tuning in and supporting our channel. You don't know how much it means when people show up every video and shower us with love. It makes my job incredible, and it's one of the best perks of making these videos, so thanks again. I also wanted to take this time to thank Loot Crate, who's one of our leading sponsors and major supporters of the channel, backing us financially so we can have a team of amazing people to help us make content. If you want to go the mile to help us out, check out Loot Crate's website by visiting the link down below, and if you opt in for their service, you can get 10% off by using the code POTATO1. This month's theme is Heroes 2, and from off their site, you can expect some sick items based off themes like DC and The Legend of Zelda. I'd highly recommend giving it a try. It's not too expensive, and you always get value with each crate, so I think it's something you guys would really love. That's all I have for you guys. Thanks a ton for any support. Thanks for even just tuning in, and I hope you do just that for our next video right here on the Potato Monster channel.